Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So initiators are people who initiate deep conversation, initiate growth, initiate activities both inside the home and outside. Whereas responders are only responding to it. I mean, thankfully they're responding to it. If that is not there, thing will be even worse. But let us assume that they're responding to it. Even then, there will be a lot of friction between the two people, whether it is two friends, especially if it is a husband and wife. There's going to be a lot of friction saying, why am I always the one to say, let's go out and eat? He never says that, right? Or sometimes even think about its conversations. I am the one who's always making the call. The other person never makes the call. My sister never makes the call. I'm the one who's always making the call. But when I call her, she's very happy to respond. But why can't she call me? Why can't my friend call me? Why should I be the one to call all the time? So, what we here need to understand is that when I talk about these personality differences, I want you to think of these personality differences as something that's hardwired into people, right? Some people are initiators, some people are responders. And when we say initiators and responders, again, don't think of them as that they're always initiators, not necessarily. In some relationship we can be an initiator, in some other relationship we can be a responder, right? You might see that your spouse is not really an initiator with you, whereas with his sister or with his mother he is an initiator, and you feel angry with that. He doesn't do that with me, but whereas he does it with his sister or with his brother, he initiates. Why doesn't he initiate things with me? That's the way the nature of the relationship has developed over a period of time, right? So initiators and responders are somebody, we are like that. We are either initiators or we are responders in a particular relationship, and for certain things we are always like that. So if I look at myself, I'm not an initiator when it comes to phone calls, right? All my friends, all my relatives, cousins, whoever is there, if they call me, I'm happy to chat with them for whatever time they want. I never cut calls when people call me. I'm happy to speak to them for an hour. But if you ask, do you call? I don't, it doesn't strike me, that I have to call and talk to people. But whenever people call and talk to me, I'm happy to talk to them. So somewhere people have understood that, if you want to talk to Sridhar, you have to call him and he'll be happy to chat for 1 hour, whatever time you want. But he's not the person who's going to call. So some people have made peace with it, some people haven't. But this is what I want you to understand, that this is a challenge that comes up. For the initiators, the challenge is, oh, I'm feeling burdened. I'm feeling so resentful about it. There's always that anger that is there. No, why should I be the one to call? Why should I be the one to initiate going out? Why should I be the one to say, let's go for some trip across? Why don't we plan a trip across? Let's take our kids out. My spouse never says that. So there's a lot of burden and resentment that builds up. What about the challenge for the responders? They feel like overlooked. They feel overlooked and they feel pressurized. The person who is not an initiator, he'll feel, oh my God, if you tell me why is that you never initiate, I feel totally pressurized by that. Oh my God, I have to do this. So I have to become consciously aware of that. Oh, I have to make a call, and it's a huge effort that comes in. And the outcome is disharmony, right? The outcome is total disharmony, that when you kind of begin to resent and expect the other person to call, what generally happens, what I've seen is that somewhere the initiators begin to take a backseat. They say, oh, why should I always be doing it? I will not do it anymore. And what happens? As a result, there's a disharmony in the relationship, there's a break off in the relationship, because you feel like, oh, why should I be doing the whole thing? But suppose we don't look at it like that. We think this is their nature. This is this person's nature. They are always people who will respond. At least we are thankful that they respond. If they don't respond, the relationship becomes very different. But at least if they're responding to us, can we respect that and say, okay, they're responding to me, I'm good. That the whole control is in my hand. I want to, whenever I feel like going out, I can tell this person, he or she will come with me. Whenever I feel like calling, I can call this person, she will respond to me. So can we look at it like that instead of kind of becoming resentful and angry that I am the one who is always initiating the calls? So here are the strategies that we can think of, when it comes to initiators and responders. Can we accept each other's quirks? Right? Quirks means personality, what should I say? Personality twinkle, personality crease. There's a crease in your shirt. There's a mark in your shirt. It's like a quirk. All of us have got personality quirks. So can we say, yeah, this is his or her personality quirks. She will be like this. I'm not going to be upset about it anymore. That's the whole thing. That, I'm not going to be upset that this person is like this. So we kind of say, I accept the other person's quirks. He or she is going to be an initiator, or she is going to be a responder. I am fine with that, right? And if you want to give it a shot, can you bring consciously that idea that today I want you to initiate something, right? Can we switch roles for one day with an agreement with that other person? We say that, today I want you to initiate something with me. Whether it's going out or whether it is seeing a movie together, seeing a Netflix show, whatever. No? I want you to tell me what we'll do today. Right? So you kind of say, let us consciously switch roles and do what the other person does. So this is one way strategy we can adopt with the other person. Is change possible?